Good morning, you guys. Hello. I had to lower screen because I'm so much shorter. AJ's forcing me to begin this morning's live stream because I am the reason it is 15 minutes late. There was a cockroach, you guys. There was a cockroach. It was on the wall in my bathroom, and I was freaking mortified, okay? And there was no way AJ was leaving until that thing got murdered, and then it magically disappeared. And so there was a waiting period. But nonetheless, it's dead. We're here. Hello. Good morning, everybody. Happy whatever day it is, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know what day it is because I have been unwell, but I'm getting better and I am here. Hello. But now, without further ado, your favorite person.
Thank you, baby.
There we go.
Thank you, JJ. Thanks for explaining yourself.
Sorry, you guys.
Good morning, everyone. Bye, Jay. Have a good day. See you later. What's up, everyone? AJ Writes Crypto here. Yeah, we had ourselves a morning. Let me tell you, we had ourselves a morning. Man, that was rough. That was a big cockroach. I mean, that thing was daddy. That thing was like fucking, it was the size of a fist. Get the shoe. Get two shoes. Man, we were freaking out. We were freaking out big time. And she moved the curtain, right? And it dropped. It was on the wall, like climbing up the wall. She moved the curtain. It fell off the wall. And it went like behind like the toilet and like our little things on the floor. And we like, where is it? And we like moved to get the bat. Exactly. We like moved all this other stuff around, right? And it like disappeared. And we thought like, cockroaches, they can like get small and like crawl in between things. So we like got the bleach out to like get it out, Oh man, it was a morning. I don't know why I'm explaining it. She already did the explanation, but I'm glad to be here. We already got 63 people in the house. I apologize for my tardiness today, but as you can see, we had a big emergency back at home there. So all good. All good. Good to see everybody. Got Juan Hernandez, Crypto High-End, S-Dog21, Alpha G, Jeff Rigdon, Avery, Bestie, my bestie. I love that. Oh, I wish Jada was still here. I could tell her. Shout out to my bestie, Avery, in the chat there. She is my bestie in the whole wide world. I hope your arms feel better, and I can't wait to come see you play soccer someday. Ricky Burris, let's effing go, man. I can't wait. Ricky, are you going to be at Philadelphia Supercross? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Philadelphia Supercross. I actually thought I was going to take tomorrow off. I will actually be here tomorrow for the live stream. I will not be here on Monday. So you guys know. I'm super excited. Davey Coombs from Racer X hooked up me, Jada and I with media passes, and I bought 25 tickets for my family and friends to come to the Supercross event, and Davey from Racer X gave each and every one of them a VIP pass. So big shout out to Davey Coombs from Racer X. Man, that's so cool. I'm super excited to be at the track, to be at the press conference again. I was at the last press conference. I asked Cooper Webb, when's he going to bring the trash talk back? It's actually pretty cool. In that world, it's like a big deal. And like if crypto guy, you might not understand like the motocross world. But in that world, like what I'm doing is actually like pretty crazy. So it's cool to, kind of have worked my way up into separate, industries for sure. Ricky with the thumbs down. Bummed to hear that, man. All right. So, man, let's get into the show here. We got about 80 people already. Make sure you smash the like button. I don't expect the show to fill up too much today as I was very late. Kind of throwing off the algorithm there, but no big deal. I'm just going to keep going on. So really what I want to do today, first I want to take a quick look at the market. I don't even have that bad boy pulled up yet. All right. JR here. Pull the screen down. Where do I put my face? There I go. Okay. So, first off, we're going to take a quick look at, Bitcoin, 63,400. Down a little bit. I am going to talk about why the market conditions right now are primed for a big move. I did spend some time with the charts this morning in the midst of the the bug problem. Ethereum 3100, BNB still holding above 600. Good to see. Solana down. Called looking at a couple levels yesterday in the trading group on Solana. Hopefully some people caught that move. I wanted to come down and look at Avalanche only 35. Man, that feels so cheap. That feels so cheap for Avalanche. Chainlink still under 15, near at 7. Glad I bought a bunch of near when we were down big. Near is always going to be a project I'm going to gravitate towards as a larger anchor pick with a $7.4 billion market cap. It does have, a ceiling on how high it can pump because how large it already is. It won't put the X's behind it like other projects will, but it will still pump. Very good. It's a solid anchor pick for your portfolio. Hedera, 12 cents, fighting back. It missed all the news. 4.3 billion inside the top 30. Was pushing the top 20 the other day. Man. So I think, we have figured out, essentially everything that happened with the H-bar situation. Shout out to all the H-barbarians out there. I even got my Hedera ice cream cone shirt on today. But, so basically they got fudded a little bit by like a hit piece. So some of them are calling it from, the Web3 media, basically saying that BlackRock had no involvement in their own MMF being tokenized on Hedera. So that's actually not what happened. The Web3 media did not do Hedera justice there. Let me actually pull up the tweet that actually perfectly sums this up perfect for everyone to understand. So normally the H-bar Foundation is the one that does a lot of this post, but this most recent post just from 1 hour ago is from Hedera themselves. All right, and this post here, let me pull. Hey, sorry about that. I am back. I have no idea what just happened there. No idea at all. I clicked back on my StreamYard and it knocked me out. All right. So this is the tweet here that perfectly explains what happened. Posted by Hedera themselves, not the H-bar Foundation, but Hedera. Facilitated by ArchXX. I don't know why that's so hard for me to pronounce. Facilitated by ArchXX. Shares of BlackRock's ICS U.S. Treasury Money Market Fund are now tokenized on the Hedera network. The first transaction of the tokenized shares were completed across the Owen Era IO digital asset network. It's as simple as that. 1 hour ago. And now this person says BlackRock not working directly on Hedera with this. Simply as that. We have a hater here. All right. I think that person should get blocked. And it only has 30 followers. So obviously this is an irrelevant person. The press release of the announcement, which was approved by all parties, including BlackRock, never stated that, and neither have we. That is the truth of the matter here. All right. So basically, ArchXX was tasked with the task to tokenize the MMF. All right. BlackRock did not call Hedera and say, hey, how about tokenizing this MMF for us, huh? No. ArchXX tokenized the MMF. All right. But they went to Hedera to do it. Okay. And there was a press release agreed upon by all three parties saying this is what happened. And they all gave a thumbs up on it. They was all approved by all parties. So yes, that there are BlackRock shares from the U.S. Treasury, the MMF tokenized on Hedera. That's what matters. Period. End of story. It's regardless of the FUD, regardless of the thing, the press release was approved by all parties. That's what matters. All right. So people want TA on CF is short. Good to know. That doesn't surprise me. AJ, when is the book coming? Man, dude, I've been working. I've been working on it. I mean, these things don't happen overnight. And when it gets finished, the whole idea of who's going to publish it, you know what I mean? Like that's a big deal. Like, Ben went through like a real publisher, and I really saw. Yeah, I think the thing a lot of people kind of miss with me is that I was Ben's writer for 2-3 years, and Ben and I are still friends, but we work in the same office, but we're not as connected in each other's work as we used to be. All right, and I was Ben's writer as he was at the top, as the FTX thing happened, when we went on the book tour, when everything happened, and I have seen firsthand the mistakes made by the largest crypto singular person in crypto, at least at the time. And people discount the fact that I've seen all those mistakes and that I am certainly not going to make them. And, me being, I guess you want to call it Ben's apprentice for as long as I was, I have learned all of the things and the how-tos and how not tos in terms of being an influencer, being a talking head on talking about crypto on the internet, and all these other things. And all these other things includes, I mean, Ben, Catching Up to Crypto was a very successful book. I don't know if you've seen the numbers, but Catching Up to Crypto did very well. We went on a book tour, around 2017 or some cities, and there was a full room at every one of them, except for Vegas. That one was kind of small, but people got lost, whatever. But my point here is that I saw the mistakes that were made with that book, and I saw the mistakes that were made with the publisher in that book. So I'm kind of stuck in a part here where, of course, like, my name is AJ Writes Crypto. There, I have to have a written book come out at some point in time. I'm well aware of this. Am I going to self-publish the book? I don't know, because why would I? Well, I'm the kind of person that, I'm growing. I'm still working every day. I'm putting the time in. I have a pretty decent following on Twitter. I'm growing my following on YouTube. I'm kind of right at this spot here where, I could really blast off, or I could really just drop back down, and I'm fighting for it tooth and nail. All right. But my point here is that I have enough swing to get a real book deal. And that is what matters. So I am going to, once the book is finished, I am going to patiently shop it. Patiently. Hopefully I'll get an agent of some sort. I kind of already have an agent, but it's kind of like this unofficial thing. But I'm going to professionally shop this book, and I don't care how long it takes, because I want it to be the right way. What bums me out about Catching Up to Crypto is that if I go to Barnes and Nobles in what Barnes and Nobles that Jada and I just go to in Nashville, Tennessee, we went to this big, massive Barnes and Nobles, like everything you'd ever want. Catching Up to Crypto is not on the shelf. It's not on the shelf. That bums me out. That bums me out big time. And there's really not that many books about crypto on the shelf, period. There's nothing there. Betting on Bitcoin, or the one Bitcoin book I read like 4 years ago. And there was one other one. There was 2 books on crypto in that entire Barnes and Noble. That pisses me off, So I am not going to half measure this. Half measures avail us nothing. So, okay. So he says, is the book coming this year or next is my point. The book's going to come out when it's ready to. The book's going to come out when it is on every shelf in every Barnes and Noble in America, or it's not going to happen, because like I am not letting what happened to Catching Up to Crypto happen to my book. I'm going to be as patient as I have to be. I'm going to have to shell out as much money as I have to for marketing. I'm going to have to do whatever it is I have to do for this thing to catch, and for this thing to be in every bookstore in America. That's my goal. And I have the swing to do it. I have the connections. I have the money. I'm going to make it happen. So, it's going to be hopefully a bull market release. Exactly. Shout out to my guy, Skittles McFly, always keeping the positivity. All right. Enough with the book stuff. Mike J, AJ, I have not touched the book in over 10 years. Everything is digital now. Maybe you should make a Web3 tokenization company for the book market. And this is something I have considered. And there will be digital copies of the book as NFTs, probably on. I'm probably going to say it's probably that those are probably going to end up on VeChain, as VeChain is really doing the really good job with the RWAs, and I could be able to tokenize all of them and stuff like that. So yeah, that's probably what's going to happen with that. But there will be obviously digital copies of the book. TA on the graph, price target for Ondo, and I know someone also wanted Arrow as well. So let me put these down on my notepad here. So we got the graph, GRT, Ondo, and Arrow. All right, we got 3 charts on the TA list here. Perfect. Hey, Ben's pulling in. Cool. All right, so enough with the chit chat. Got 166 people in the house. Make sure you guys smash like button if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. All right, let's get back to the nitty gritty here. Where's my button here? I don't want to click the wrong button and then click out of the live stream again. All right, so Hedera. All right, we talked about this. I do want to take a quick look at the winners, gainers, and the losers of the day. I always like to keep an eye on that volatility. I don't know. Here we go. Cryptocurrencies, gainers and losers. Okay, top. Let me pull this over so it's bigger. Come on now. There we are. Top 100 today. All right, so we got Wormhole, Pepe leading, Tron 2%, Phantom up a little bit, Bonk up a little bit, Theta near, and there's a lot of 1%ers less than that. So as you can see, we're not really moving like we want to be moving. In the loser department, we have Jupiter down. That was a coin I had my eye on yesterday. Dog Whiff down as well. Put a short out on Dog Whiff in the trading group yesterday. Algorand down 8%. HBAR down 8%. They were leading the market yesterday. It makes sense that they are in the loser lane today. I mean, that's how things work. They ebb and they flow. Singularity net down below $1. I think anytime AGX is below $1, that's something. But I also, I want to learn more about, the transition to ASI and how that's going to work with the pre-existing coins you already have. Obviously going to look into that. Solana down a little bit. Arweave, Ondo, all down 5-6%. The Graph 5%. So all coins, obviously taking a little bit of a dent here, and I can explain that. I can explain, the move. I think the market is kind of preparing itself for a larger move. So let's get into that a little bit. So obviously, guys, we're always going to start off talking about probably the 2 most important charts that are outside of crypto that impact crypto. All right. And those charts are, without a shadow of a doubt, the dollar is one of these charts. The dollar is in a downtrend. This arrow here was drawn yesterday, and this arrow was drawn like right around here because it did kind of look like it was pushing down, and it did push down. All right, and that was kind of the ideas based off my Telegram group yesterday. A couple of the trade ideas revolved around the fact that the dollar was momentarily dropping, and that that does make an impact with all of the markets. So you understand that it's not a direct correlation. That is important to say, but there is a connection between when the dollar drops and altcoins moving. It's very indirect, but it still matters. And I think, like, when you've been trading for years and years, you really start to realize how much this chart matters and why I pay attention to it so much. Because understand, this thing is in a macro uptrend. Okay, this thing is in a macro uptrend, which is why crypto has been leaking out a little bit. All right, not macro. I mean, this uptrend started the beginning of March. All right, we're at the end of April. So for the past 2 months, the dollar has been in an ascending, broadening up channel. But locally, it is in this local down channel. Okay, and the local down channels is where we get our chances to pump. All right, that's where we get our scalp long trades. And as you can see, it's kind of done one of these, come up and test the top and shoot back down. That's all happened in the past couple hours here. All right, so we need to keep this in mind that the dollar momentarily does look like it's coming down. Keep that in your mind. All right. So the stock market, incorrectly, this was put down over here. I did expect the stock market to push up a little bit more towards the 200. I wanted the stock market to come here and test the 200. That did not happen. Okay. That did not happen. Very unfortunate. It also, look at this open that it had. You see this big gap here in the market. Look at this. You see how there's a big gap? That's because it was here. All right. And then I was thinking that my hope was that the stock market could hold the 50 and push up to the 200. Unfortunately, that did not happen. We had a gap. We lost, and the stock market is pushing down. So, the stock market, the S&P 500, we want to see it hold this level, 49.49. All right. This support resistance level, because this right here, this line down here is 2021 all-time high. This right here is the all-time high right here that was put in on April 1st. April Fool's Day. That's hilarious that the top of the stock market was on April Fool's Day. That's actually fucking so funny. And now, we're testing this bottom again. Obviously, there are double bottom ideas, but the rest of the ideas all kind of stem from what's going to happen if the stock market loses the support resistance level that we have formed so clearly right here. All right, at 49.48, 49.49. All right, so see this right here? That means I have an alarm set on this level. You should have an alarm set on this level too, because with the stock market, there is not a direct correlation between Bitcoin and the stock market, but correlation is not causation, but it does matter. They are connected. The risk assets, especially with the ETF money, especially as institutions continue to pour into crypto, there will be more and more and more of a connection between them. I do want to give a shout out to my guy in the chat, Ian Strengieski. He said, test my bottom. Oh, man. All right. Ian is a good friend of mine from way back in the day. He was actually the drummer of one of my old bands. It's actually like the third drummer of A Journey Back Home. Man, those were the days. Ian's a really good friend of mine. He just had himself two twins, one boy. I mean, not two twins, but one boy, one girl. Big shout out to my friend Ian. Thanks for watching the live stream, buddy. I do appreciate you. And Ian, I'll be back home this weekend. Maybe we'll stop by and see the kids. I'd love that. And if you want to come to the Supercross race, we might have an extra ticket. So let me know. Thanks for being here, buddy. Okay, Skittles McFly, explain my question. Both AGIX and Ocean have a 0.433 to 1 ASI exchanges, and FET is a 1-to-1 exchange. Noted. Okay, thanks for letting me know that. Sweet. Thanks for the positivity, my guy. All right, shout out to Ian Strengieski, badass drummer, by the way. That kid, dude, rips the drums. It's insane. All right, let's talk about it. Bitcoin. All right, so stock market's coming down, right? The dollar kind of spiked up a little bit. It's in a macro uptrend. The stock market's pushing down, about to test support resistance. Make sure, guys, I'm telling you, you want to have this alarm set here on the stock market. All right, 49.49. Set that damn alarm. Bitcoin, all right, might look like a little bit of a mess, but I will explain the mess here. Before I do that, there is 186 people in the house. Make sure you smash the like button if you haven't already. All right, so this is the 23-minute chart for Bitcoin. Don't ask why I like the 23-minute chart so much. I just do. So we were actually a little bit bullish the other day because, actually yesterday, because this little circle right here that I already have circled, this little fella here, this was the level. And right here, we came down here and actually put in a higher low. And we were actually really bullish on that higher low. It actually just came up, got shut back down by this support resistance level at, 64.5 and pushed back down, and hence losing the higher low level and now testing at, 63,000. Losing 63,000 is not good because this is a big support resistance level from right there, which is why and also it's kind of getting rejected, continuing to get shut down by the 50-day EMA. Not really what you want to see, which is kind of why, we either got to really hold the door right here, Hodor at 63.5, or I don't know why the volume profile wasn't pulled up, but as you can see that, let me actually pull this down. Let me zoom out. All right, so now we're looking at a 2-hour backed out a little bit. All right. And it's actually interesting because there is a lot of volume above the price action at 66. All right. And if you kind of look in market cipher B here, kind of pull this over, spread this up. I just want to look at market cipher B for a second. So, it has come down very far in these big dips like this. That is what you want to see for pumps on market cipher. But at the same time, the green is kind of going to the red. Kind of RSIs are pushing down. But I still kind of want to see what's going to happen when this thing kind of pops back up, or is it going to do one of those things where it kind of stays down? That is never really what you want to see, but with these big dips like that is what you want to see. So I do completely understand why crypto face is short right now. That makes complete sense. But yeah, we really want to hold this $63,000 level. It's actually 63. What is this exact level? 63.1. Okay. We want to hold that level because, look at these candles here. If you kind of look at everything in the past below this little yellow box here, this box, everything below this level kind of moves quick move down, quick move up, quick dip. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is that, if we lose this, we're likely going to drop to 61 and maybe test that dam, because this level, guys, this 61,000 exactly, basically, that is probably the most important level in crypto right now. We lose that level, it is not looking good. All right. Because here, let me zoom. Let's look at the daily. Okay. Because you kind of look at it like this, right? Here we are. So this little blue line is actually the local low from where we wicked, but the support resistance is actually at 61. We lose 61. I mean, I've talked about this at length. Look at the gap in the volume profile coming down all the way here. I mean, we're looking at 52,000 if we lose 61. And, if we lose this, it is really, really not looking good. We got an 18 -5 on the dual band strength index. We got a red dot on market cipher B on the daily. Man, like this is really not looking good on larger time frames here, which is why we want to zoom in. We want to try to give ourselves a chance. We want to see if Bitcoin can catch. I mean, look, if you actually even look at this, Bitcoin has multiple candles wicking below that $63,000 level, but since then has pushed up, and even put bullish divergence in on small time frames. So Bitcoin is putting up a fight. Bitcoin is putting up a fight, but nevertheless, have those alarms set, guys, at the 63.1 big alarm and 61,000 biggest alarm. Consequently, here we are at Solana. This level I talked about at length. Right here at 159. You see how 3 times now Solana has been rejected by this 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And when you see that same level get rejected over and over and over and over and over, you kind of got to tell yourself, all right, we're probably going to lose this bad boy. And, the last rejection of this level was, 8 in the morning yesterday. All right. Since then, one day we're down 9% on Solana. Kind of my idea was, if we lose this level, that that would probably be your short, or even if we go short off of either of these 2 levels here, was my idea. So even if we go from the second level to current price, we're up 5%, top to bottom 6.2%. So definitely we had that idea plugged in here, but very similar to Bitcoin, Solana has pushed down. Solana is bullish divergencing on the 23-minute chart on low time frames, but it is heavy in the red, and it is bouncing off support resistance at 142. This level here, 142.2. That is a big alarm. This is the exact chart I gave to my Telegram group for this specific chart on Solana. So basically what I would say as of right now, what to do. Solana is in a conditional range where it's stuck in this box right here. All right. And so Solana kind of moves like a staircase. So I would say if you can get above 147.3, get above that level, we're going long. We lose this level, we go short. It's in a conditional range. So this is tough trading, because you gotta be aware of the fact that if Bitcoin loses that 63 level, I mean Solana, really the staircase big loss level for Solana is actually down here at 124, and obviously there's another support resistance 135, 138, levels like that. But really, I'm saying that if we lose this level 142, this alarm right here, make sure you have that alarm set 144.2. We lose that level, I mean, we could even come all the way down and retest that bottom there. And if we lose this bottom, all bets are off. We lose 124, Solana might go under 100 pretty quick. So, from here to the bottom, we're looking at a 14% short. Keep an eye on that. Solana is in a conditional range. All right, so Algorand was in a conditional range as well. It was in this box here. This was given very cut and dry to the Telegram group yesterday. I will talk about, the trades I gave yesterday to the present group now to show you if they worked or didn't work. But the gist of this one is that it was in a conditional range. All right. So, Algorand's trading in this box. And if it breaks out, we long, it breaks down, we short. It's very simple. So, we came here, from the loss of the first alarm, top to bottom, we're looking at a 7.2% trade. And from right now, a 4.3% trade on the 12-minute chart. So, big bummer. Algorand has lost a lot of that value. I really wanted to see Algorand hold this level, this little stutter step that it took, to form a big support resistance level. It is actually right at that level this moment, but as you can see, it flirted and lost with it so many times that it's not as relevant. But really, the level that ended up mattering was this local top right here. All right. We actually have done a pretty good job holding that level, which is at 19.7. All right. So that's your big alarm level if you want to short Algorand from here. And now that it's in this conditional box, your alarm level to go long would be 24.5. So I'm actually kind of looking a little bit more down, unfortunately, for all coins at the moment. I don't think this big move coming is going to be to the upside. I hope people took profits on any of these big moves here. That is trading. That is the way things work. You gotta be quick with your timing. The hour actually looks really good for Algorand, to be honest with you. The 1 hour chart, bullish divergence, green dot market cipher, gap in the volume profile. We could easily have a move back to 22, 21, based off this kind of little slouch in the profile right there. The 1 hour doesn't look bad, but I'm telling you, if we lose 19.8, that 19.8 level, this blue line right here, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. All right. And with the volume, to be honest with you, right here at 19.2, 19.1, this level, and actually makes sense with support resistance because it was this high and it was this low. We lose that big gap in the volume profile right there. And that would take us from, if we went from that level to 17 cents, would be a 9% drop. But say if we go from where we are now to that level, we're looking at a 13.8% drop. So let's hope Algorand puts up a fight on these smaller levels here and can push back up. But I'm really not liking the idea of an intraday long trade. I think if you want to scalp long anything, I don't hate it, especially if we're in conditional ranges for scalp longing, that's fine. But in terms of, being in a long trade for a couple days, now is probably not the time. H-bar. Got to talk H-bar. So, we had this big, massive move up to 18 cents. Really good to see. It does have a tokenized MMF. It has tokenized BlackRock's MMF, regardless of all the semantics, all the BS surrounding that. But what I will say is that, we kind of need to consider previous price action. Let me get rid of this big red arrow. So really the most important level for H-bar to hold is 10 cents right here. All right. So this 10-cent level, it has been the biggest deal for H-bar that there is, period, end of story. All right. So what we kind of need to consider, look at this. You see how this previous high, this is a 2 hour chart, by the way, this level right here from April 8th, that ended up being the floor right here. So this has become a significant level. I wonder if it has any more touches further back in history too. Oh yeah. Oh my God. This level has been fought over a lot. We got a touch. We got there. Boom. Oh my goodness. This right here is a massive support resistance level. This level here is at 11.05. So basically 11 cents. All right. So big support resistance at 10. And if we lose 10, That's the big one. We really don't want to lose 10, but 11 is also a big one. So we are holding. So, but what I'm saying here is if we lose 11, you could easily probably short to 10. All right. Which would be a 13.4 drop. But it on the small time frames, you know, a lot of things are putting up fights right now. You know, I would be patient to short at this moment. We are having that quick little spike up, but I feel like it's a spike that's still going to spike up until we get rejected again. So you kind of want to come back here and look at like this level here. Oh, 1 second. Like if you look at this level right here, right? You see how that gets shut down one time, wicked above, another time right there. This level is at 12.7, 12.77. I mean, if H bar comes up here, we could like maybe, you know, really we could trade around this level. Break of this level, we go long. Rejection of this level, we go short. I would be surprised if it broke above it. I would be happy if it did, but I would be surprised if it did, considering all of the crazy price action going on right now. All right, so I want to get to the charts on the list here. People wanted to see the graph, people wanted to see Ondo, and people wanted to see Arrow as requested by the audience. Just really fast. We got 212 people in the house right now. Thank you guys so much for spending your Thursday morning with me. It means a lot that you're here. You know, thank you so much. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'd really, really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. I have a really interesting video coming out for you later today on the HBAR project Earthlings. So essentially in the world of HBAR NFTs, there are so many really amazing projects on HBAR, but really the cream always rises to the top. And the big three in my eyes are the Dead Pixel Ghost Club, which is this little blinking thing right here, the Hangry Baboons, and Earthlings. And what separates Earthlings from Dead Pixels and Hangry Baboons is that it's a gaming metaverse project that's been in the works for years and years. And you know, there's actual in-game footage in the video coming out in a couple hours, and it is amazing. They've done a very, very good job creating this metaverse, and I think they're going to do an even better job filling it with players. So keep a close eye out on Earthlings. It is amazing that it's being built on Hedera. Of course, you know, it makes sense for a gaming metaverse project to be built on Hedera because, first of all, it's super, you know, it's scalable. It's a secure chain. You know, it's lightning fast. I mean, the transaction fees are super low. I mean, we're talking 0.0001 of a dollar, of a penny to do a transaction, right? So, I mean, what if you were doing it on Ethereum and you have to, you know, pay $50 for a gas fee? Well, on chains like HBAR, it actually makes a lot more sense for metaverse projects because the transaction fees are so minimal. So I am super, super excited about Earthlings being built on Hedera. Wait, Cointellally says you're lying about it being built on Hedera, AJ. All right, Ellie. Well, Cointellally can they can do something. I don't know what they can do, but they can do something. Excuse me. I don't know why we're talking about shrooms in my chat, guys, but chill out. You guys, man. Okay, so we're going to talk about the graph. We're going to talk about Ondo and Arrow, but definitely keep an eye out for the Earthlings video. I put a lot of work into it. I'm super excited for that project. I'm just glad to be a part of it. So and I'm going to have them come on and do an interview sometimes here soon. So perfect. All right, the graph. Here we are, as requested by the audience. All right, so the graph, let's kind of paint the picture, was in this down channel. It broke down out of the down channel, which is never good, and it put a very strong floor right here at 22.4. Okay, this actually, I'm gonna delete this because that was for this level here, not that level. So the big level for the graph we cannot lose is 22.4. All right, we do not want to see the loss of 22.4. Let me get my volume profile in here as well. All right, so as you can see, you know, with the big old gap, and that would actually bring the graph back to 15.4 in the event we lost 22. We do not, under any circumstance, want to see that. I do really have hopes that, you know, we're really kind of getting back to the big fight levels. So I would like to see a reversal here at some point in time, a big one. But with the way Bitcoin's acting, Bitcoin has to hold 61,000, or we're going to be very broken, very bored for an amount of time here. But let's hope that's not the case. So the graph have actually worked its way back into that down channel, ultimately got rejected at 30 cents and didn't put up much of a fight at 27.4 either. But what I will say is that, this support resistance level here at 26.15 here and here, it has bounced off of that. So that, first of all, that's really good to see that it is putting up a fight at support resistance. Also, if you take a little look down here on Market Cipher B, I mean, this is the bread and butter of Market Cipher B, and this is kind of exactly what you want to see on smaller time frames, because look at this. This is called anchor wave, trigger wave, trigger wave, trigger wave, trigger wave, trigger wave, and you see how they progressively get smaller. You see that curvature. That is textbook basic strategy in Market Cipher for a bullish divergence. That is exactly what you want to see. If you want to learn more about Market Cipher, make sure you click the link down below in the description and get yourself signed up. Big shout out to my friend Crypto Face. But so it is putting up a fight at this level. Momentarily, if you want to scalp trade it, it looks like this has been the level where we've been rejected. So once we lost it, and actually, excuse me, let me fix this so it's proper. All right, so we wicked this level several times fighting for it, and then we lost it. Test, all rejected at 26.8. All right, 26.89. So basically, 27 cents. If we break 27 cents, there's your long. Break 27 cents, there's your long. And there is a support resistance level above here at let me get my measuring stick out. Boom, boom. So a 2.2% trade to 27.5 cents from the break of 27. So basically 26.8. Okay. But so we could say that this is in a conditional range where this right here, the loss of this level would be very unfortunate. That level is 26.1. So we do not want to see 26.1 get lost. So we have two alarms, 26.1 and 26.8. All right. Those are the two levels that we are keeping an eye on for the graph, and you can conditionally trade the break of that. All right. There you go. Just gave you some pretty sick alpha there. All right. Let's keep it rolling here. I'm going to look at Ondo. Sometimes I turn my lights off and sometimes I leave them on though. I love that joke. All right. Boom, 2-hour chart. All right, we do have the Hedera Watson envelope on right here. I'm going to turn that off for now. Get my volume profile back on. Let's take a quick look at high IQ. Why not? We have had a hard long exit on high IQ on the 2-hour. Check the Bollinger Band. Not really squeezing, but below the middle line. Okay, so Ondo, as expected on the 2-hour, has done a pretty good job. All right, let's zoom out so you get the full picture here of the chart graffiti. So it's in an ascending, broadening channel. All right, it has always been in this channel. Basically since the beginning, it's been ascending and broadening. All right, but the more it broadens, the more it can fall and still technically be in an uptrend. So there's a zoom in of the daily chart. And what I don't like about the daily chart is that it's slowly losing the green and getting close to that center line there on the VWAP. So when we zoom into the 2-hour, it makes a lot more sense, and you'll actually see, this little range here that Ondo has built between the bottom being 74 cents and the top being 85.1. All right, so there are outliers, but for the most part, it is traded in this box, regardless of the few outliers. Okay, we're talking like kind of averages here. So what I do like to see is that it is staying above the 200 and fighting the 50 on the 2-hour chart. Very good to see. We have put in a higher low. And if you even want to consider this, little baby uptrend here, you could consider that a little baby uptrend there. I'll make that line white. So if you wanted to draw that line, right, that little baby uptrend and alarm that line, you could short the loss of that line. All right, very easily. CF is talking about me. No way. He's my hero. No, actually, Crypto Face is a really good friend of mine, man. He helped me like when I first started this channel. He was the first person I called, and I said, Face, dude, please just give me a sponsorship, man. Hook me up. I want to be on Team Market Cipher. And he was like, of course, dude, of course. Yeah, like zero hesitation. Of course, dude, I got you. What do you need? How can I help? Blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, seriously, when I first stepped out on my own to start this channel, like from zero, Face had my back in a big way. Nothing but love and respect for Nick and for Face, the whole team. I'm so grateful to be Team Market Cipher. So, man, much love to that guy, man. He was there for me, and I'll never ever forget that. So, so Ondo here, you want to draw this line on the 2-hour, touching all these, right? And if you lose this little baby uptrend, you could short that idea. Okay. also, it is kind of ascending, little up channel like that. So we do have an up channel inside of a sideways range, inside of a larger ascending broadening channel that's inside a macro down channel. Okay, does that make any sense? Probably not. But my point here is that, so the trade for Ondo is coming. So because eventually it's going to, did not mean to move that. Let me actually go to like the 1 hour, because eventually what's going to happen is that it's either going to have to lose this local uptrend that it's been building, or it's going to have to break this support resistance level at 85.3 that we talked about before. So it's approaching a point of intersection. So your trade for Ondo is to alarm this support resistance level at 85.3 and then alarm this little uptrend here. And whatever alarm goes off first is 95% of the time your trade. Sometimes, there will be the time where it bounces and flips through. It does happen, but that's why we set tight stop losses. Okay, there's nothing wrong with sticking your neck out, to get a little piece of your fingernail cut off or whatever. Does that make sense? I'm not sure, but actually, to be honest with you, I'm going to set these alarms because I don't want to miss this trade. I'm just going to set the alarm once. I'm not going to once per bar this one, because I'll be aware of the situation once they go off. So I have both of those alarms set right here for Ondo. Let's not miss that trade. All right, and the last one we're going to look at is Aero, AERO, and then we will hit the row here. Oh yeah, I did want to take a quick look at the total crypto market as a whole here, the total chart. It's not my favorite. This is a very important chart, especially from this support resistance here. We kind of fought above it and got back rejected. The point of control is actually a little bit above where we are, which is good to see, but also consider this little baby downtrend as well. So, man, this chart needs to hold 2.14 trillion. This level right here, really need to hold this, because there's a big gap in the volume profile that would spit us back out down to like 1.8 trillion. So right now the total crypto chart is not looking the best, but on the smaller time frames, I'm telling you guys, small time frames are putting up a fight at support resistance. Even the total chart on the 2 hour, you see this one I pulled across here, green dot on the 2 hour printing right there. I think that CF is getting a haircut. If we lose that level, man, I'll get one too, because it's going to be terrible. I'll get a really bad haircut if we lose that level. All right, so but yeah, there's the total chart. Just wanted to share that idea with you. Doesn't look good on large time frames, but it is putting up a fight on small time frames. So there is definitely scalp ideas out there, but we got to find them. So Aero, this is the one that everyone wants to talk about. I did buy a bag of this one a little while ago. I think it pumped like 40% one night or something like that. All right, let's zoom out, look at the daily. Okay, so we talked about this one at length, and remember, it was in this ascending broadening. All right, and look, it actually lost that uptrend. All right, Aero lost that uptrend. So we talked about this on the channel. If you had this alarm set, this alarm went off, you shorted it, I mean, you're up 10% in one day, top to bottom 12%. All right, but now Aero is approaching, now that it lost the uptrend, it is approaching, you see these two levels here, the top level being 202 and the bottom level being 135, 136, this one right here, okay? We lose that level, not looking good. We lose that level, very bad news for Aero, because you got to consider the fact that you see how fast it moved up. You see this kind of old value area here. You see how fast it moved up. That's because look at the volume profile. It explains this perfectly. See this big gap? So, we lose this level on Aero at I want to say 135. 135. We lose that level. We're approaching a gap in the volume profile, and we're going to drop straight down to 92 cents to the top of that value area. It would be a 30% loss in the event we lose that level. Big level, 135. Set that alarm. I'm going to set that alarm right here on the show. I'm going to click this line. I'm going to click this little clock. I'm going to click alarm create. If I wanted it to go off every time it crossed, I would click once per beat, but I just want to be aware of it when it goes off. And I only said once. So we got the alarm set for one time on that one. So there you go. There's all the TA that you asked for. Man, I do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. I do apologize being late today. We did have a very serious problem back at the house that we had to take care of with the Vans slip-on checkered shoe. But man, You guys rock. There's still 186 people here. You guys are amazing. Thanks for being here. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. My name is AJ Writes Crypto. If you wanted to join the Telegram group, you want to get involved, you want to learn more trading strategy, you want to get some trading ideas every single day, make sure you send me an email to ajalphagroup@gmail.com. Take your trading to the next level. There's over 107 people in the group now. We have been knocking it out of the park. I am so proud of everybody in that group and the work they've been putting in. If you're lazy, if you're a lazy trader, if you don't want to learn, if you don't want to put in the grind, you don't want to study, this might not be the group for you. This group is for the people who really want to make a difference, who really want to learn to how to take that next step, and that are willing to put in the work. If you're willing to put in the work and you want to change your life completely, send me an email and we will get you going in the group, ajalphagroup@gmail.com. There you go. Shout out to everybody who's in the group and shout out to everybody who's on the fence. We do have 1 month tryouts. If you just want to give it a chance, you can do that as well. So with that being said, make sure you stay tuned for that Earthlings video coming out in a couple hours. Super excited to put out that video. I'm going to film another video here today as well. So man, look out for it. I appreciate you guys. Stay snazzy out there. My name is AJ Writes Crypto. Get rich or get wrecked. See you later.